right, and we're back. This is episode 159 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. It's early in the morning, 5:47 to be exact. I'm not going to be able to record this tomorrow. A Sunday morning, so had to record it today. Heading out to SD in a little bit, but before we jump into all that, today's episode is with Mike Bielawski of Homeland Brew Co. in Anthem, Arizona. Man, this was fun. And Mike's such a, good dude. Down-to-earth dude, and we just got to chat for a little over an hour, man, and have some beers, and and hearing his story, and then even us talking after, man, it was just really fun. And then that we recorded on Friday, and then Saturday, they invited me down to go to, my cousin Jamin invited me down to go to one of his buddies' birthdays, who pretty much rented out Homeland, for the night for his birthday, or for the two buddies' birthdays. And man, it was such a great time. Then I got to see Mike on Saturday, and it was just really cool, man. I can't say enough good things about him. And, it was just, man, and his West Coast IPA, the Homeland IPA, holy shit, that was good. And he had 3 other beers, and one of the cool things, it was just on the tap room, so he has four of his own beers right now. And then he has just a rotating tap list, and it's beers from everywhere, right? And it was just they have a refreshing series, the hoppy series, the winter series, all these different things. And it was just really, really cool. So I was just really stoked, and I was just thankful, man. That he let me go down there and jam in. Thanks to Jam for setting it up. And it was just, it was really, really cool. And I would, if you're in the area, if you're in the Phoenix area, or even from Anthem, maybe you're hearing this for the first time, you've never been to Homeland, go, dude. I don't know what you're waiting for. It's so cool. The vibes are great. The beers are great. He has always has different food trucks there, your food vendors, I should say. And it was just, I can't recommend it enough. So, and honestly, man, Mike, just straight to you, thank you, bro. Thanks for doing it. Honestly, him and I were talking even after, and we were saying, hey, we should do I want to do, because I've done obviously the Brewers Roundtable out here in California, but I was man, it'd be cool to do one in Arizona. So we were kind of, on Saturday when I saw him again, we were kind of spitballing ideas, and he was telling me some brewers he could have on. I was dude, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So next time in Arizona, definitely got to make that happen. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, so I'm heading out to SD in a little bit. The stops today. The stops are Pure, Bay City, North Park, then I add probably Mike Hess, probably maybe Taproom Beer Co., a couple other ones, who knows? It's going to be a lot, but super stoked. I get to see my family. My sister came down. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to that. It's a, birthday trip, so today is technically my birthday. Yeah, I'm excited to get some brewskis in me. Really hope I don't repeat the puke pants thing. And then I bought new little lapel mics. Looking forward to trying those out. They said they got some good noise cancellation, so we shall see. We'll see how good that noise cancellation is. They are super tiny. They're the Boya Mini 2s, I think they're called, so super stoked to try those out. With that, I gotta get in the shower, get ready, and head the fuck out. All right, gotta stop at Old Town Mexican Cafe, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. Yeah, but before we jump into the episode, have you ever thought about starting a podcast? Because I remember it was daunting for me when I tried it, when I was thinking about it. So one thing that makes it easier, I remember first thing I was how do I get on every, every device? Well, not every device, but every platform. And Podbean, I used a different service before, and it just was not for me. It wasn't bad, and I used it for over a year. But it I don't know, it just lacked pizzazz, and that's what Podbean has. It gives me it shows me all the analytics. I just got a crazy amount of downloads in Singapore the other day, and then back in I don't know. It's we're in a lot of countries now, baby. But it gives me all that information, and it gives me the tools that I need to be able to see to explore different countries, or how to get into different countries, and just all of the different ways you can make your podcast better. So if you've ever thought about starting one, or if you even have one already, you can use Podbean and just use the promo code. Go to podbean.com/taproompod, and you'll get your first month free for distribution. So, all right. So let's jump into the episode with Mike Belowski. Hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned for the outro. Cheers. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I'm a very special guest on the show today of Mike Belowski.
Yep.
I said it right?
Yes, you did.
Sweet. Of Homeland Brew Co. out here in Anthem, Arizona. I almost said Phoenix right away. My bad. How's it going, brother?
Good. Thanks for coming up here. I know, it's a little north of Phoenix, but
all good.
Yeah, appreciate the trip.
Yeah, I was super thankful for Jam, him talking to you about the show and stuff like that and wanting to do it. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, when he brought you up a couple of weeks ago, he's like, hey, I got this cousin, he does this podcast. I'm like, what is it called? He goes, Taproom Podcast. I'm like, I've listened to that a million times. So
I love it.
It's kind of cool to be on it.
No, I appreciate you, brother. So we're having a beer. I'm having the Homeland IPA, the West Coast IPA, coming in at 7 even. Love it. And it's really good.
Yep. Balanced, crisp. It's got everything you want in a West Coast.
Oh, yeah. What are you having?
Same thing as you.
There it is. Well, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So tell me, man, how'd you get started in craft beer?
Well, yeah, it's been a long journey.
Okay.
But, growing up in the Midwest, beer has always been a thing. Obviously, during the college days.
Yeah.
Back then, it was New Glarus, Spotted Cow, what I mean? So that's like the OG. And there was obviously a lot of other breweries, but I never really got into craft beer until I moved out to LA.
Yeah.
But obviously in San Diego, LA, every corner has a craft brewery. I met my wife in 2017, and she had the same fascination with craft beer as I did. And so anywhere we traveled, we're having a beer, we're having a pint, we're trying to find the holes in the wall or the big manufacturing companies. So that was cool. And then I started working with a friend of mine in a spirits industry. So it was vodka and whiskey.
Wow.
It was a craft distillery. It's called Broken Barrel. And yeah, we basically started from just California, and we ended up going up to 32 different states in the industry. But along those lines, we were traveling, we were going to expos, we were going, everything. And it kind of correlated with the beer industry because, there was a lot of breweries at these places too. So I'm trying a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of beer, all the good stuff. But curiosity turned into obsession. And then, I started homebrewing. Then I went to work for a few breweries. And then along those lines, like I said, we worked with Broken Barrel. So I was doing the business side of it too, with brand building and distribution. So it kind of all just came together.
Yeah.
We moved to Phoenix in 2020. And during COVID, we created this idea. We're like, let's open up a brewery, let's do this. And we didn't know where. We just wanted to do it because it's just, our passion, and we love the people around it. And, happy accident, we ended up moving up to Anthem. And my wife's like, hey, why don't you just open up an Anthem? I was like, okay, maybe it's a smaller town. I don't know if it's going to work up here. And you know what? It's actually exactly what Anthem needed. So we've opened up in July 4th of last year.
Okay.
And now we're going strong for 7.5 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. My cousin tells me he's here all the time. So.
Like I told you earlier, I think we built the best escape room in Anthem. It's really hard to get out of here.
It is. I mean, I'd be here all the time if I lived here, man.
Well, we got a little bit of everything. We have a backyard, very family friendly, dog friendly. You got lounge area, you can belly up, you can, rub shoulders at the big picnic tables. Got a little garage feel, a little game room. So if I can't find anything you want to do here, or beer or cider or kombucha, anything like that, I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
No, I mean, you guys have a great tap list too, because they also have guest taps as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can get literally everything. Like looking at it, you have obviously the Homeland, like your own beer, and then you have the Grain and Orchard series, the Refreshing series, a Hoppy series, and a Winter series. That's fucking cool.
I mean, that was kind of also like I told you, in 2020, we wanted to open up a brewery, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden with cost and infrastructure and just in terms of sheer investment, we're like, okay, let's switch up the business plan a little bit. So we went into more of a hybrid business model. There's a few beer and wine bars that are down in Phoenix, that like Wandering Tortoise, that got me thinking about it. I was like, I need to do something that has, some nostalgic brewery vibes. You can make your own, you can contract brew. You don't necessarily have to brew on site.
Yeah.
And then also have 16 rotating taps that, people can always find something they want. It's always new, it's refreshing. And so it kind of, I don't know, I love that business model. And that's something that I think are unique. Not a lot of people do that hybrid model.
Yeah.
So pretty stoked about that.
No, that's awesome. And even just looking at the different breweries, you have stuff from Bottle Logic over there. You have stuff from Tripping Animals. You have just all these crazy, beers from like around the country. And I love that. Even something from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's how cool is that?
I always wanted to get a list that you can't find at Fry's or your local supermarket. I wanted to just step out of normal. And that was also tough too, because our clientele up here, they drink a lot of Coors Lights and Ultras. And so when they first started coming here, yes, the experience is awesome, but also they're looking for that beer. And I'm like, hey, let's just try this.
Yeah.
Like, let me just take your taste buds a little bit further, a little bit this way. And now, like, I got them hooked on craft beer. And
there it is.
I'm not going to have Ultra again. So.
Yeah. No, and that's the best part, because like you said, sometimes people are so like kind of set in their ways, or like I would say like the grandpa kind of thing. Like I've been drinking this beer for 40 years.
Miller Lite for 40 years.
Yeah. I'm never going to switch. But if you can get them to try one little thing, like, hey, well, this kind of tastes similar.
For sure.
And then it just kind of opens up their eyes and they're like, well, let me try that now.
Yeah.
Or let me try this.
Even with like some of our, like, I have a rotating Pilsner tap, and sometimes I do New Zealand ones, I do West Coast, I do French Pilsners, I do Italian Pilsners. They love Pilsners, but they never really had that variety. And so they're like, I could definitely tell the difference in breadiness or whatever from the last one. And so it's just kind of a journey for them as well. So,
yeah. That's awesome.
I built a company. I call it BBE, Beer, Brand, and Experience.
Yeah.
If you could do those three things right, then, everybody should be happy and successful. So
I love that, man.
Yeah.
And so, like, did you homebrew at all before? Or?
Yeah, I homebrewed. I wasn't good at it.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I got a job at a few breweries, just to kind of really hone it in and also work on bigger equipment. And that opened my eyes. And, there was a path that maybe I wanted to go just become a brewer.
Okay.
And they work so hard. I give it to them. They're underpaid. I think brewers should be, the face of everything. And they used to be, obviously, brewers used to own, they used to be behind the bar, like do everything. And nowadays they have to have a business partner, and then just, I don't know. I feel it's a hard job. It's
100%.
So
95% cleaning.
95% cleaning. Yeah. I think especially working here in Arizona, the summer at Santan, I was helping brewing. I was kind of, moving hoses. I think I lost like 25 pounds. It was just like nothing.
Yeah.
So,
man. So, and we talked about you mentioned New Glarus earlier.
Yep.
And we talked about them a little off air. Like, what besides them, like, what are some other like breweries or even brewers for that matter that maybe influenced you along the way?
So this was always a pivotal point in my life. We were my business partner at the whiskey company. He had a mutual friend, David Walker. From Firestone Walker.
Shit.
Yeah. So I knew who he was, and because I was just getting into like really craft beer, I knew who he was, but he was one of our investors, a best friend, like best man at his wedding. So we ended up going up to Paso Robles, and sure enough, David's like, hey, how are you? And he's got his accent and everything like that. Nicest dude of all time. And he's like, hey, let me take you on a private tour. So we walked like on top of the roof of the Firestone. He took us everywhere. We met Matt Burleson, which, obviously a head brewer, master puppeteer or whatever. Puppeteer. We went, I don't know, we just dove into everything with equipment and brewery process. And then we actually had the luxury of having dinner with him too.
Wow.
So we sat down, and you could just tell the passion and just like the love that he had for people and for beer and for branding and just for everything. You could just tell,
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, unique side story, but he only drinks beer out of wine glasses.
Wow. Okay.
He just says it just opens it up. He just puts his nose in it. Like he only drinks beer out of wine glasses. And maybe it changed a little bit, but I just remember that thing at dinner he said. So
that's wild.
We were all drinking like IPAs and stuff out of wine glasses that night.
Okay. So I don't think I've ever heard anybody do that before.
No. And I think I took that passion and like what he just basically I don't know, business wise. And he built this amazing company, 805 and everything else. And he's got a sour program. He's got everything. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to be David Walker. So
that's so cool.
I think him and Matt Burleson obviously do a great job. They've done a great job for a long time. Sustainable, consistent, everything. So that was a big moment, in the brewery, influence basically.
Oh, I bet. Like that's like, because they know they always say like, don't meet your heroes, but I mean that, seemed like a great experience for you. And
no, it was fun.
That's how I feel like, even because I saw you have Logic Light on there for Bottle Logic when. Because I mean, there's obviously so many great breweries out there, but Bottle Logic was always like a white whale for me. So when I got, their head brewer on, I was like, it was everything I wanted it to be and then some. And it's great when you can experience stuff like that.
Especially early on, if you're like a fanboy early on, then all of a sudden they're getting more beer and different beers. You're just like, yes. I'm so happy you're continuing this.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. So like when you started like your brewing kind of journey, what were some of your favorite styles you like to brew and or obviously drink as well?
I would say, I think my first beer, I try to mimic a pale ale from like Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
I think they're that just like a perfect IPA.
Yeah.
Or pale ale anyways.
Mhm.
And a coworker of mine, Andy, he's now a brewer at Surly in Minnesota.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He got me these like double and triple IPAs and,
Mhm.
all that stuff. And I was like, I can't drink that.
Yeah.
But once you have it,
Mhm.
those taste buds, you can't get away from
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So
You can't turn that off.
no. So I think I search, or I'm an IPA guy, so
Okay.
if I did brew, but when I did brew as well in the Midwest, it was more dark, dark stouts or porters or anything that you can
Okay.
have during the winter because it's so
yeah.
damn gloomy.
Oh, yeah. And it's cold as shit. You need something to warm you up.
Exactly. So, and that maltiness is amazing. And you can always throw different like marshmallow, whatever. You could get pretty fancy with it and it won't taste that bad.
Mhm.
So,
I love it. That's awesome, dude. Like, what are some of your like? I mean, because I know like you contract brew like the Homelands, like all your Homeland beers.
Yep.
What are like? Are there some favorite hops that you kind of feeling right now, or like? Because I know there's like Dulcitas. Like I feel like it become like the new crush. Like they're putting that in everything. But
there's, obviously I'm into anything New Zealand hops. If we're talking like IPAs, like Nectaron or any of that stuff.
So
and then, so good. And there's actually one that, obviously our logo is HBC. There's a new HBC hop that's more like berry and cherry.
Okay.
And people have been playing around with that one.
It's like HBC 9000 or something.
I think it's HBC 192.
Yeah, some kind of some number.
Some number. They haven't named it yet, but I don't know. I'm a traditionalist though. Like if you're talking West Coast, I want the Chinook, the pininess. I want a little maybe Cascade, and then do the Mosaic. And
Mosaic's so good.
Yeah, Mosaic's my favorite. So all day.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a purist. I'm kind of a traditionalist in that aspect, but I do like trying something new.
Mm-hmm. And
so
I love Mosaic. I wish that, like, I think the first one I had, I think I've talked about it on the show, was the from St. Archer.
Oh,
the Mosaic IPA St. Archer.
Okay.
Way back when, before they sold out. I don't even think they're around anymore.
Have you ever had Mayberry IPA from El Segundo?
Oh, so good.
Dude, it's the best. Especially off tap, like straight fresh. Like that is the best. And then you just get Mosaic in there. So that's one of my up there.
Oh, dude, it's so good. That's one of the things too. Like I love single hop beers, but you just don't see them very often. But they are, when they're done right, they're so good. And they're like, I call them the educational beers, because when you're trying it, like you get all those notes and you're like, okay, well, that's what Chinooks taste like. That's what Mosaic tastes like.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of pick out. Let's say they have, 3 or 4 different, 5 different hops in there. And it's kind of like, oh, I'm getting this fruit from here, but this from here. So if it's single, you're like, yeah, that's a taste bud I needed. So.
Oh, yeah. And then like when you do try, like if you have that single hop and you have that consistently, and then you try one of those ones at 3 or 4 or 5, you're like, you can kind of find it in there.
For sure.
Yeah, in the palate.
That's fun, man. That's why we're here.
Damn right, brother. Next segment I like to go is called the 4-pack.
Okay.
So what's one beer that never leaves your fridge because you're constantly restocking?
Oh, this is locally anything from Red House.
Okay.
Anything from Red House I need to have. I'm a big renovation guy.
All right.
If I'm talking, people know I'm from Wisconsin, so they bring in spotted cow all the time.
Oh,
so
there you go.
We might have to have one after this.
There's
a couple in the back fridge.
Let's do it.
That one I try to keep out. I might not drink it every day, but at least I know I have it. So for like a special occasion or a Packer game, I'll whip one out for good luck.
There it is.
So I can't go wrong with that. California beers, like the brewery, if I can get my all the time. So the luxury of having your own tap room. Yeah. I have a pretty big fridge, so
there it is.
So any good IPA, West Coast IPA.
Yeah. It's awesome. Okay. Next one, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing?
That's a good question. It's kind of hard not thinking being in this industry, but I think if I'm
or it could be like, what did you want to do when you were a kid? What was
actually,
like your dream
weirdly,
job?
I want to be a golf course architect. Like,
okay,
that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to design golf courses.
That's fucking cool.
That's my dad was an architect, and so but I also love to golf and be outside, and so I guess beer does have a little bit to do with golfing.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a few when you're out there.
That was my initial plan. I moved out to Costa Mesa. I think when I was 18, I was going to go to San Diego Golf Academy. I decided not to pull the trigger, and that was a big regret. But same time, that's the way it crumbles.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and look where you're at now.
Right. Yeah,
doing something you love. Yeah. You got the waste management open.
Just went yesterday.
There it is.
Yeah, just went yesterday.
I love it, man.
So,
I mean, as long as you're doing something you love, like all that matters. Like There's nothing worse to me in life than doing something you just like fucking hate and you just complain about work all day. And yeah.
It takes everybody a different timeline to get there. But once you're there, waking up in the morning is not hard anymore. You're super psyched about it. And, especially being here too, the rewarding aspect of this tap room is seeing everybody on the other side of the bar being happy.
Yeah.
They feel like family now. I've only been in here for like 7.5 months, but Anthem is amazing community. They've given back. They've supported us. We try to support back, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what Homeland is built on. So
I love it.
Yeah.
And like, even like, I'll jump into the third one in a second, but what was it like seeing like, maybe the first day opening and someone coming in and enjoying one of your beers?
It's still surreal.
Yeah.
Like, it's from day one to, whatever day this is, month 7.5.
Yeah.
I do love seeing the locals. Like every month I get nerded out on the split of new customers to old customers, returning customers. And there was a few months that like I had new customers over returning. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And so like every time I sit back with my wife, sometimes we would sit back here and I look around, we're like, holy shit, people are having a good time.
Fuck yeah.
They're having fun. Also like putting the cell phones down. You're meeting new people.
Yeah.
We do a great bingo night where like we do beer shots for the table.
Love it.
And so like if you're sitting like right now, we have a 20-foot picnic table.
Yeah.
People will leave their table, go sit with them because they have a better chance of winning. But they also are like now meeting people.
Yeah.
So like, they're all rooting for each other. So it's still surreal, I think, to this day. But that first weekend was insane.
That's fantastic.
So absolutely insane. People just kept coming in. So it was cool. So
that's great, dude. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we had a lot of support. Our Chamber of Commerce here in Anthem has been very supportive. We do a lot of collabs with local companies or local businesses around here because everything's so hyper local. So we have like ice swing, indoor golf, infinite jiu-jitsu. So
that's sweet.
Everybody's been super supportive. So
yeah, that's great. And that's a perfect segue into question number 3 question 3 of the 4-pack is you get to collab with any brewery in the world. Who is it and what do you make?
Oh, I would have to go Firestone. I mean, just so Dave and I can have that beer.
Yeah, out of the wine glass.
I don't know if he remembers me anymore. It's been like 6 years, but yeah, out of a wine glass, just sit there and just. I would go Firestone.
Okay,
they're so much more than just 805. And, they're like their Pivo Pilsner is insane, and I wish I can get it here more often. And then their sour program is just insane too.
Wild.
So I would do something with Firestone probably.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Next one, what's your? You know what? I'm going to, so this one's normally what's your guilty pleasure that you secretly love or not so secretly love? So you can answer that, but I'm also going to ask you a bonus question on the side of that. So I'll let you answer that first.
Guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Shower beer?
Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with it.
Sometimes you just need a shower beer.
Yeah.
They always like have those top 5s. Like what's the best beer? Like golf beer, airport beer. Shower beer.
Dude, I never thought about that. I'm going to write that down.
You have to. Like, what's your top 5 favorite beers?
Yeah.
Vacation beer, like right when you get off the plane.
Yeah, favorite place to have a beer. Yeah, I'm gonna type that in real quick. Sorry.
So I would have to. Yeah, no, it's fine. I would say guilty pleasure is having a shower beer. Before you're going out or whatever. I guess not in the morning, not 9 a.m.
Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary, especially when you're on vacation.
Yes.
Love that. So that bonus question I was going to ask was, do you have like a guilty pleasure song or movie? Like I'll tell you, mine is All Star by Smash Mouth.
Okay. You just jam out to it every time?
Yeah, dude, I was on my way to pick up my buddy before we head to the airport so we can fly out here. And I was like, just, hit shuffle on whatever on my Spotify. And that came on. I was like, all right. I was like, here we go. I haven't heard this in a while.
That's great. That's great. I think my wife can attest to this one. I don't usually go this high pitch on the vocals, but any type of like Van Halen or some like hair band.
Love it.
I'll have a few beers and I'll just let it go. So I can get to that level if I needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, I love that. Like, one of my favorite songs of all time is "Here I Go Again" by Whitesnake.
Oh yeah,
that song just gets me all jacked up.
Now that I always think of Ricky Bobby on that too.
Oh yeah, fucking love that movie.
Yeah,
it's so good.
So many one-liners. Unfortunately, we don't have that anymore.
Oh yeah,
those days have passed.
I know. I miss those freaking. I miss all that. So good. Next question. So I'm just looking around at the brewery. You have a beautiful Taproom.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. I love all the wood accents. I love like the metal kind of shed kind of
metal. Yeah.
Yeah, that you have there, like the Honda motorcycle. I've always been fascinated by motorcycles. Like I've always wanted a Rebel when I was a kid. But
I've had that thing for 20 years, I think.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It stranded me out like 10 miles out from my house like multiple times. So now I've retired it.
Okay.
It was in my whiskey room, but now it's in the tap room. So
Well, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
But I love what you put together. Like, and we'll talk about the dog tags in a second, but like all the military stuff, like, all the veterans, and even there's a sign over there that says buy a vet a beer, which is fantastic. I love that. Like, but like obviously like incorporating like local culture into the brewery, I feel like it's vital. Like it's something you have to do when you open up a tap room, because you need your regulars, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you also need to bring in that new clientele, like you mentioned. But how do you incorporate all of that into like to make, and like, the place is called Homeland Brew Co. Like, how do you make the locals feel like this is home? Yeah,
that's a good question. I mean, like we always use the tagline, home is where your beer is.
I love that.
Yeah. So, and 75% probably clientele up here is first responder, teachers.
Love that.
Military, ex-military. And I didn't do that on purpose. It was just a brand that we've always had that we wanted to create, and create a platform that we can give back to that. Even if it is from we call it port forward.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they'll buy a vet of beer, the vet will get it and he'll buy another vet of beer. And it just keeps going. And we'll ring the bell and everybody claps.
That's
so
sweet.
They know it now.
Yeah.
But, so that culture in Anthem is very strong. So like I said, I didn't do that just because of that. I did it because that's what we believe in. But I can see the community go behind that as well. And, just kind of banking off with the other questions too with the local businesses, with collaborations. Everybody just wants to, it seems like every email in the morning, like, hey, Mike, you want to do this? Hey, Mike, you want to do this? You want to do that? Like, I love that. Like, that's just, that people are just, drawn to community and just having a good time and just the happiness that comes out of maybe sharing a pint or just being in the space. So
that's great. And I mention it all the time. I'm sure listeners are like, come on, Mike, you're talking about that again. But it's true. Like you get to sit across from somebody or sit next to somebody, and you just so happen to strike up a conversation. And then next thing you know, you're sitting there for an hour, 2 hours, having a cup and just enjoying, like you said, you set your phone down, just enjoying a conversation for a little while.
Yeah, I know. We talk about it all the time. And that's probably, if you Google like, how do you make a successful tap room or brewery? That's number 1 or 2. And it should be. It should always be that. It's the experience level, and just, I wouldn't be in the industry without it. If I came in here as stale and snobby and pretentious, I'd be like, I'm not, just because it turn a buck, I'm not doing that. So that does have a lot of substance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I feel like the days, because don't get me wrong, there's probably a couple breweries still out there. Because I always say the industry it's the best industry in the world.
Right.
But I would say like 95% of it's really great, but then there's a 5% that kind of, but every family has a bad apple or two.
Right.
But I remember, I was younger, I'd go to order a beer and they'd be like, what do you want? Like, what kind of beer do you want?
Right.
Instead of like being like, hey, but you have to, if you're a business owner, you have to be that way, right?
Yep.
You have to, because you're the face.
Yep.
Or the people that you have working for you represent you, and they become the face of the place, right?
Yeah, they have to be an extension of you, for sure.
Exactly.
And there was another reason why I don't know if you look at the menu behind me, how I did curate the series. That was very important to me, because that went along with the experience factor of the BBE. Is when they come in, I called it menu fatigue, when a lot of times you see these chalkboards or just a million, things. It helps the beer tender and also helps the patron.
For sure.
They break it down so much faster. And then from there, if they have a question, you could sample them on, IPAs, whatever. And I think there was a moment where I took a buddy of mine that doesn't drink beer very often. I took him to a tap room and I just sat back and watched. And he was like kind of frozen a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I knew
probably
what I
scared
wanted.
a little bit.
It's intimidating. It's intimidating.
Jinx.
And do we drink to that?
Yeah, probably should. Yeah.
But and unfortunately, at that tap room, the beer tender didn't help him at all. So I stepped in and, I'm like, hey, let's just do this. And so that got me really thinking. I was like, how do I alleviate the stress or any type of, just streamline this process and just make it enjoyable for every novice or, for you too. If you want a hoppy beer, you're like, boom, right there. Yeah. Hoppy series. So maybe I'm giving all my secrets, but I think that's a very important aspect of the experience.
It's fantastic. And it is important, because I always say beer education is important, because if you can build the trust with that brewery, like, not only they will come back because they knew, like, you gave them something, like you told them, a lot of times you ask them like, okay, what, like you mentioned earlier, what kind of beer do you like?
Right.
And they mention this, oh, I like this, or I like Modelo, or I like, Coors Light. I'm like, okay, well, let's try this Pilsner. And maybe, hey, next time let's try this hoppy Pilsner.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's try this IPA.
Yeah. That's probably, I teach my beer tenders too. Like that's probably the second question besides, hey, how's your day on?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like to drink? And then third question would be like, hey, what'd you have last time you were here?
Yeah.
And then from there, like, oh, let me try you on this, or this is new,
Finding your gateway beer, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so everybody seems to be open to it, and they're like always happy when they leave. So.
Oh, yeah. So I at the end of every episode, I say, support local, drink local, and find your beer.
Yeah, find your beer.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Like finding the beer, because there's a beer out there for everybody.
For sure.
So
for sure,
it's just a matter of finding that right one.
Yeah, and the industry, obviously, breweries shutting down. People drink when they're happy. They drink when they're sad.
Yeah.
And I think the industry will have its turnaround. And unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of breweries, close down. But I think it's just a little bump in the road. You know. So and there's, like I said, with our menu, you can have ciders and seltzers and
you can have everything,
sour, whatever you want, kombucha. So you can open that up to a lot of other. You don't have to go heavy in the paint with the 7.5 or 8% IPA. Yeah. You can go light and still enjoy yourself. So.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. Yeah. It's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Let me put in a timestamp so I can take out that cough. 27. Next one is called Locals Only.
Okay.
So favorite spots to, like, if someone was coming out like here, like, if they were in Anthem or in Phoenix or like a local area, where would you say, like, obviously come to Homeland, but then where would you tell them to go? Like whether it's like for like a hike or anything, just a local restaurant or anything like that.
I think if you want to park somewhere and enjoy beer right now, downtown Phoenix is exploding. Yeah. You just added another brewery called Formation, and it was the owner of Denver Beer Co.
Wow. And
they've put a lot of money into a beautiful space. But if you walk down the street, we have a women's owned brewery called Greenwood. And then you have a Mexican brewery, Sana Sana. And then you have Pedal House and Arizona Wilderness. And so you have like 6-7 breweries within walking distance. And there's a tap room down there too called Tap That. So I would say if you want just like a quick downtown culture, some foods, a lot of good beer, I would always throw someone down there.
Okay.
If you're just looking for a small hole in the wall brewery too, I guess I'm staying on the beer trend. Wren House, you've been there.
Oh yeah, so good.
The little OG house. It might not be there for very much longer, but it's just a little shady area. But
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It was like a former bread factory or something.
Yeah. And then hiking anywhere.
Okay,
you go to Gateway. You can go north, south, west. You can't go wrong with any hikes right now, especially with this weather. Mid-February, so you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, no, and it's beautiful out.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's like every time, like I would come out, like, all right, Jam, I need to go get some 4-packs from Wren House. We need to take the razor out.
That's what I'm talking
about. I got to get some pictures. I got to get some pictures of the cans or whatever. But no, it's such a beautiful landscape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Lake Pleasant out here too is underestimated. You can go out there and sit on the beach. I know it's really weird to see a cactus right next to water.
Yeah,
but it's beautiful over there. Yeah, and they have a nice little barbecue spot on the water, so it's kind of a fun spot to get out of like the Arizona desert. So,
no, and then even like I love, because he has a house in Munns. Like I love going up there too, and then going up to Flagstaff, and I feel like there's a brewery. You throw a rock, and it's like you hit like 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of why we kind of moved up to Anthem too, because you get up to Prescott, which is just great, or like you said, Flagstaff in an hour and a half, and it's a whole different world up there. So no, we love it up here.
Yeah, it was crazy when the first time I went. Like obviously, when you think of Arizona, you think of desert, but then you're driving up 17, and it's like, where are these trees? Like, where are these trees coming from?
And then it starts getting a little different.
Yeah, it's like woodsy, which is wild. So, another one I want to ask you. So, like about food.
Sure.
So, what's your favorite thing to pair with the beer? Your options are wings, burger, pizza, or tacos. Or you can throw something else out there if you like something else.
Street tacos and beers is fantastic.
Any
great street tacos and beer. They have great tacos in Arizona, but like living in LA for a little bit, those street tacos are fire.
Okay,
anywhere you go, like
yeah.
So that was great.
What's the go-to protein on those tacos?
A little bit of everything.
Okay,
Al pastor, carne asada, any of that goodies, but.
Oh yeah,
it's mostly to do with like how they just basically grilled a little, tortilla on the flat top, and it's outside So put the little onion, cilantro, just very simple. Doesn't need to be crazy.
Yeah,
get have like 8 of them.
Oh yeah, so good. Yeah, I love like chorizo tacos are my favorite, but I mean al pastor is great. kind of salad. Can't go wrong.
Okay, yeah.
The only thing I won't get from like a taqueria or whatever is like chicken. Yeah. I just feel like chicken's chicken.
Right.
But I always like kind of gauge, like I'll always try like an asada taco and then chorizo if they have that. But if I kind of feel like the asada taco is like the Pilsner or like the lager of the brewery, because if that's good, everything else probably pretty good.
True.
Yeah.
True. Like you can't, if that's your standard streamline, then everything else should be really good. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll work my way down that way.
There you go.
So
next one, what's your hangover cure? If you get them.
More beer?
Yeah.
Shower beer? I think I told you earlier.
Yeah, some more Homeland beer.
I mean, I guess, I do mushroom coffee.
Oh, same.
Rise, yeah.
Okay, I do. It's called 10 Mushrooms Coffee.
10 Mushrooms Coffee.
Yeah.
It's a little gritty at times, but
a little earthy.
Yeah, a little earthy. But if you mix it with coffee, you have to throw a little bit of like oat milk or whatever in there, some type of creamer. And I don't know. I feel way better just in like your digestion, your head, and it clears you out pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
So
I remember the first time I tried it, because like the 10 Mushrooms has a little bit of instant coffee in it. But I remember the first time I tried it, I was like, wow. Like I felt like there was like some mental clarity there. Exactly. But then it was like I felt like energy and I didn't crash. But when I drink regular coffee now, I'm still,
You crash, and also I don't like the stomach feel of it. Like you drink a little bit and you're just like, oh, man, I got to just drink a bunch of coffee. When you have like mushroom coffee or Rise, nothing. You feel great, but you're not feeling bloated or anything else. So yeah, that's kind of, I go that way, and then just a shit ton of electrolytes, maybe AG1, all the goodies.
Little super greens.
Yeah, super greens.
Yeah, so. I take those too. Yep. That's like my hangover cure is vitamins.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be to everybody, and I get it. It's probably pretty standard, but if you're not on like vacation or on a boys trip and you can't have that beer in the morning to cure you, you got to go the old fashioned way.
Oh yeah.
Vitamins.
Yeah. Anytime I like, whether I'm at home or I travel, like I usually have like I would say like it's like the men's one a day for guys under 50. So it's like that, a little bit of like zinc and then super greens.
Yeah.
Like pop those.
Yeah.
And then take a shower, usually good. But even if I am hungover, I'm usually pretty productive.
Yeah.
Hungover person. So I'll still go to the store. I'll get stuff to make food. I'll make the food and then go back and lay down.
Do you have kids?
No.
Yeah.
Just my dog.
That's my hangover cure, actually.
Oh, yeah. Because they wake you up.
My 2.5-year-old. There is no hangovers.
Yeah.
There is no sleeping in. I don't remember the last time I slept in past 6:30.
Dang.
Not a bad way. Like, she won't like scream, but like, you have to be right back to it. You can have fun the night before, but that's the hangover cure, I guess. I take that back. Having a kid. That's the hangover cure.
Oh, I bet. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Should we grab another beer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. All right, we're back. I'm having the Deep State IPA, 6.2%. Still don't need glasses. What are you having, brother?
I went with another Homeland.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go back to I'm going to try a little bit of the amber after, because I love
amber. Solid.
Dude, I love a good amber, love a good brown.
Yep.
Love those styles you don't see as often. So when I do see them on menus, I will definitely give them at least a taster.
Are you a Hefeweizen fan?
Dude, so I don't know. I mean, I think I've talked about this, but like when I was a kid, started drinking really early because of jamming. Like got me started drinking like 12, 13 years old. But there's a picture of me holding a pyramid half when I was like 16 or 17. And that was like, to me, that was like craft beer. I guess my introduction, I feel like, to something that could be different than the traditional styles.
Right.
So I do love a half. I don't drink them as often, but I will try them. It depends. Like the flavor profile can be different, but not different, but
ours is very banana and very clove. Traditional, but it's. I would say I've had, I don't know, thousands of Hefeweizens, and that would not just being biased, but it's a solid beer. So
I'm definitely down to try it, brother.
Okay,
5.4.
Yep, number one there.
Love it. Okay, so next one's called the 6-pack. It's a rapid fire.
Okay,
lager or IPA?
IPA.
Hazy or West Coast?
West Coast.
All righty. Music or sports at a brewery?
This is a tough one. They both have their time.
Yeah.
I would
Depends if the Packers are playing.
Well, I'm not a big sports bar kind of guy. So if I can watch sports and have craft beer, all day. Perfect. So I would say sports. Okay. But I do also love a really great band and just chilling out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to say sports. Let's do sports.
Love it. Okay, next one. Favorite tap room outside of Homeland or brewery outside of Homeland?
Right now, I'm going to keep it local, Wren House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Favorite drunk food? Because then we talked about hangovers, but what about like when you're just end of the night, you're feeling it?
Am I at home, or am I going home, or am I going to
wherever
Vegas?
You want?
Okay. If I'm in Vegas, I'm doing late night sushi or a smash burger,
Okay.
like In-N-Out or something.
Yeah.
But mostly late night sushi.
All right.
If I'm at home, here's my another guilty pleasure. I'll just piece together whatever I can find and try to like just Gordon Ramsay it. And I think it's probably the best thing ever. And then my wife has it or I have it, and it's like, no, it's not good. But otherwise, it can turn into gold, and this is like delicious. So
yeah,
I don't know. I like piecing together leftovers, whatever I have in the fridge, and you're drunk, you're kind of bubbling around and, making some type of weird quesadilla or something.
Oh, dude, that's the best.
Yeah.
And it's always funny because like it's like when you're like super hungry and you haven't eaten all day and then you finally eat and it's like the best thing you've ever had. And then you go back to try it again. You're like, it was all right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Why did I eat that?
Yeah.
Why did I eat that?
Next one is, if your personality was a beer style, what would it be?
Oh, man. This is a good one. I would say a Pilsner.
Okay.
I would say a Pilsner, a traditional like European Pilsner. One, I'm Polish, so that makes sense. But I don't know, just it's traditional. It's hardworking. It's relentless, and it's always consistent. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, I love a good Pilsner. Yeah, man. It's so good. And when they're done right, it's chef's kiss.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I feel like so we talked about like the introductory beers. I feel like that's it. But like my brother's the kind of guy like who goes to a brewery and orders a Pilsner, but because he loves his West Coast, he loves his hazies, that sort of stuff, which I understand.
But I think taking from like your taco thing, if you go in and have a Pilsner and they do a good Pilsner, that they're going to have other good beers. So,
And I'm assuming like you get food trucks here and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, so we do rotating food trucks and back, and that's another thing. Anthem struggles with getting nice restaurants or good restaurants out here. We have good solid food, but it's a slice of the city that I can bring up here. At first, people used to come for the beer, stay for the food. Yeah, it's almost turning opposite, which I'm okay with. Yeah, I always say, come hungry, stay thirsty. Yeah, because I bring up Thai food, wood-fired pizza, cheesesteaks, Chinese food, tacos, anything up here, and they look forward to it every week. So happy to satisfy their needs, and also obviously staying here for a couple beers. So
love it. I wanted to ask you, like, have you had, because there's always like a memorable brew day, and this is a question I'm just thinking of. Like, I was like, I should ask him this too, but like any like. I know the memorable ones are usually the ones that have gone awry.
Yeah, that's the first thing that went to my head.
Yeah. Do you have any fun stories like that?
I do have a couple of fun stories where I definitely opened up a bottom of the fermenter and I probably wasted a shit ton of beer. That one I don't like to think about. Yeah. But memorable brew day is probably the first time I got to work on a big production. Okay. You know what I mean? Just because, it was like crazy and there's a bunch of levers everywhere and you're writing a bunch of numbers down, but going through that process and then, 4 hours later being able to like, hey, I just brewed, 50 gallons of this, and now people are going to enjoy it. And then later on, we're going to can it, and all that. It's just in the satisfaction of it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That was a few years ago, but at Santan. So
okay,
yep.
You know what I love too? The last couple of years I've wanted to come out, but it just hasn't, like, the dates haven't aligned for me. Is Coppers Beer Fest?
Copperstate Beer Fest. We were just there 2 weeks ago.
How was that?
My good buddy Thomas does a really great job of getting breweries that you will not be able to get. I'm talking Hop Butcher from, Grimm. Yeah. Grimm from, Brooklyn or New York, and just Tripping Animals, all this. So he worked his ass off, and I thought he was just going to have the brand ambassadors. Yeah. But he had his whole row by himself of all these brewers, and all the brewers came. Yeah. So you're like going, I think we spent 1 hour. We didn't even make it past 7/10. Wow. And we're like, holy shit, like this is great beer. And we're also talking to the brewers. So I would say that Copperstate last year or a couple weeks ago was like top level. Wow. I've been to JBF a bunch of times, just in general of like being able to talk to somebody and trying to like really great beers that you will not find in Arizona very often unless you're at Homeland. Yeah.
Love it.
That was very special. Unfortunately, a lot of times, we have Strong Beer Fest coming up. Okay. So if you ever do come back, look up Strong Beer Fest. It might be either this weekend or next week. No, it's not the Super Bowl weekend. It's next weekend. And every beer is like over 8%. It is, you do like get a little cross-eyed after a while, but it is fun. They have like a wrestling match in the middle of the
Oh, fuck.
thing.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, dude. It's really fun. It's just everybody dresses in different themes, like neon stuff. Like one year it could be like they dress up like a wrestler. So we're all dressing up like big glasses.
Dude, I'll show with my fucking wrestling tights on.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people wear tights or just like neon stuff. And so that was fun. So check out those two, Copperstate and then Sean Beer.
Yeah, that's where the Mike thing came from. Because my wrestling name, my gimmick was John Michaels.
John Michael Michaels.
Yeah, because my favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels.
Oh, Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, the greatest of all time.
Dude.
Yeah, Snap.
Yeah. Sweet Chin Music. Come on. That was actually my favorite too.
No, I could talk about the HBK all day.
Mm-hmm.
Jam, who's the greatest wrestler of all time? Who's the greatest wrestler of all time? There it is. Yeah, his favorite too.
I knew I liked you guys.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love it. No, man, but I love all the breweries, like even like all the different stories I've heard like from around here. Like one of my favorites is Andrew, or Drew Poole. I mean, I don't know. Is his name actually Andrew, or is it just Drew?
I think it might be Andrew.
Okay, sorry, Andrew or Drew if I said it wrong. But
apologize too.
Like his Big Spill Pills, like we talked about, like the fermenter for you. He just they thought they were dumping the wrong beer, and that's where the name Big Spill Pills came from.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they also do like things like Wally, for the dog, and then they have the house cat there too.
Yeah.
Which is super unique. But yeah, Big Boy Wally, Jolly Wally. Yeah. Yeah, we're big fans. We bought our house in 2021 down in Phoenix. We're like 2 blocks away from that brewery.
Yeah.
So we walked there, stumbled home.
There you go.
So we became fanboys pretty quick.
I love it. When I was younger, like I moved in with my buddy Brian, and when you walked, it was total bachelor bed. It was like 3 of us. You walked into the house, like there was a pool table. Instead of having a dining table, we had a pool table there. Of
course.
And then we had a beer room and a smoke room, so we could smoke cigars or cigarettes, or and then had a keg of Stone IPA and a keg of Pabst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were getting shitty all the time, and I forgot where I was going with this story.
The house cat, house dog.
Yeah.
Big ale spills.
The drunk walk.
Okay.
So we would be getting shit-faced off Stone IPA and, whatever else. And we would have like Murphy's or like in the fridge, because we had our beer fridge in there too, and like 2 couches. But we would make the drunk walk to In-N-Out.
Nice.
Yeah. And you mentioned that In-N-Out earlier. What's your order?
I'm again purist. I go singles. I can't do the doubles. I'll get 2 singles instead of a double. Just,
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A little more crushable.
Yeah, I'm a fat ass. Yeah.
2 doubles.
No, 4x4.
Oh shit.
Just meat and cheese.
Okay.
And then I get a chocolate vanilla shake and cheese fries.
You do the animal style fries, right?
No, just cheese fries.
No, just cheese fries.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I dunk my burger and my fries in my shake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. I know.
Okay.
A lot of people think it'd be like, that's fucking gross.
But I'm sure it's delicious.
It's sweet and savory.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get like, it's weird because you get the hot, the burger, like temperature wise is hot. And then you get like the coldness from the shake.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I don't know.
I used to dip French fries in the shakes.
Yeah.
I didn't do the burger thing.
So if you ever get a chance, buy a 3rd single, but just get it just meat and cheese.
Okay.
And just a small chocolate shake or something, and just try a couple bites.
Looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow night.
There it is. I love it. So, a few more questions for you, brother. If you could have a pint with any historical figure, celebrity, or anybody in the world that, living or gone.
I was just going to ask. Okay. Living or gone. I got 2. Can I answer 2 questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because even like, you can do like a celebrity, you can do like, 2 or 3, whatever you want.
If I'm going out and we're going to we're going to belly up and have a beer, 1 beer, 2 beers, I'm big into like conspiracy theories. So I'd go like Nikola Tesla or something.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody that I can ask, like he definitely pioneered, electricity and all these towers, but then he just vanished and got killed or like whatever. And there's just too many conspiracies behind that, or the big companies want to take them down. I just want to know like
Edison, Dick.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody had to do something. I don't know. Someone along those lines, some conspiracy theory. I don't know. I can just go down that route if I'm just gonna have 1 or 2 beers. Yeah. If we're just gonna go out and have a day, and like just get
like a waste management day.
Exactly. I'm gonna take a John Daly.
Okay. Oh yeah,
rip heaters and just 12-pack by 12.
Oh, I love how you said rip heaters. So when we were in Wisconsin, we were in Green Bay.
Yeah.
There's a guy in front of us, bust out some Cowboy Killers. Bust out some Marlboro Reds.
Marlboro Reds, yeah.
Ripped a heater right on our seat. He looked back and he was like, "You want one?" I wanted one so bad. But I was like, "No, like, this is my first time here. I'm not trying to get kicked out."
No.
And all they did was they came over and they gave him a fan penalty card.
Yep.
And I was like,
that's it?
Yeah. I was like, fuck, I should have had one because then I could have gotten that and then framed that thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I should tell this story because it's on a podcast, but I won't name any names.
Yeah.
But last time I was at a Packer game, it was a long time ago since we moved away, but I went to that Des Bryant catch.
Oh, fuck.
That
was
playoff game.
Yeah. And they were like, was it a catch? Was it not a catch?
I think personally it was a catch.
It looked like
Packer
a catch to me.
like that. I don't even know what a catch is anymore, but
yeah.
Speaking of heaters.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm going to find that photo. Tell the story.
Find that photo. We were talking about Packers earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you how like walking down the stairs is really tough in Lambeau, especially when you're like having like snuck in fireballs and you're just whatever. And a buddy of mine, it was around the third quarter or halftime, he just wanted to go to the bathroom. I didn't know he wanted to go have a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was walking down the stairs. He like swan dives off the fourth stair. I just see him down there. He just missed it. And then the whole crowd goes, whoa.
Yeah.
And they pick him back up. Nothing, brush it off. They're like,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I wanted one so bad.
That's classic Wisconsin right there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they brushed him off. I was like, oh shit, I think that was my buddy. I'm like, all right, well, hopefully he's okay. Well, 20 minutes goes by, 30 minutes goes by.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting next to me. He doesn't show up. 40 minutes goes by. He doesn't show up. I'm like, where is this guy?
Yeah.
I walk around the stadium a little bit. I'm like, and then I was like asking the crowd. I was like, hey, did you see this guy? And he's, literally he has just the biggest, like, I don't know, he's got necklaces, like Green Bay necklaces, a cheese hat, like the whole thing. You can't miss him.
Mm-hmm. And
they're like, yeah, he went to the bathroom and then I saw him getting escorted out. I was like,
shit.
Okay. Well, little did I know, I called the local jail.
Oh no.
Sure enough, he went to jail. And then I learned later that he went to the bathroom. He was sitting there at the urinal just smoking a cigarette.
Oh, smoking a heater while he was...
He's going to get so mad that I told this story.
Hey,
smartest dude, greatest dude of all time. But yeah, he was not happy.
Oh,
and so they like basically kicked him out and he put a fuss in and we found him later in the drunk tank. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's a core memory of mine. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was one of the things too, like even like with me and Jamin going to the Packer game, like I'd always like growing up, like, so I was like 5 or 6 years old and I was a Raider fan because of my dad. But then he was like, dude, you don't have to, well, he didn't call me dude. He's like, son, you don't have to, you don't have to cheer for the teams that I cheer for. You can pick whoever you want. And then one game, I remember it was a preseason game, like in 94 maybe. And I think it was like 7. And I saw the Brett Favre and like he threw this bomb of a pass. And I was like, Dad, is it okay if I cheer for them instead?
My boy.
Yeah. And ever since I was 7 years old.
He could throw 4 interceptions and 4 touchdowns and win the game.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's my guy.
And
with a broken rib.
Yeah. And I fucking hate the Bears, sorry. But like, I feel like that's what Caleb is now.
Yeah.
Like he'll throw 3 or 4 picks and then throw.
That was heartbreaking. I didn't want to talk about it. It's too soon.
I didn't want to talk about it. I know.
Too soon. Don't want to talk about it.
It broke my fucking heart. But going to that game though, when he threw the pick at the end, that was
that was nice.
That was one of the that was a bucket list moment for me. But it was great.
Yeah. I mean, late night, cold tundra, watching the Packers Bears, like you can't go wrong with that. So, what were you drinking that night?
So we in the stadium we were doing, I think we were drinking hams. Well, I think I had a hams. I think you had a Busch Light. Okay.
Busch lattes, got it.
Yeah. And I was drinking hams, but out when we were tailgating, we went to Central Waters, Milwaukee, and like Lakefront Brewery.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm trying to remember what was the name of the beer, Jam? Do you remember? The Lakefront beer?
The Lakefront beer?
Yeah. I think we might have a picture of it, but the one we had from Central Waters, it gave us a 4-pack because it was the last 4-pack they had from their anniversary. It was a Small Heron, and that beer was, I remember trying it. I mean, it was kind of one of those moments where you have the beer and you're just like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of wizardry did you fucking pull off to do that? And it was...
What kind of beer was it?
Like a New Zealand style Pilsner.
Yeah.
And it was like 3
waters.
Huh?
Essential waters.
Yeah, that was a Small Heron. It was 3.8%, I think.
Nice.
Dude, and it might have been, if not the best beer I've ever had, like easily top it's like 1A, 1B, maybe top 3.
All right, let's see if we can get some Central Waters up in here.
Dude, yeah. I can give you the email of the...
I know we get Lakefront in all the time, but
Yeah.
Central might be a little too small.
I'll give you the email for their head brewer, or their guy that he does the head of R&D.
Cool.
For them.
Yeah, no, I'll pass it along to my boy.
Yeah. Sweet. Which one?
Diet.
Oh yeah, the dive beer. Yeah, that one was good. And that was super light too. And that facility in Lakefront, like
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it might have been the most the prettiest brewery I've ever been in, and I mean that in the best way,
of course,
best way possible. Next one, so talking about beautiful breweries and breweries that we love. What's your Mount Rushmore breweries?
Oh, there's 4, right?
Yeah,
I think so. You got to go Russian River.
Oh yeah, I feel like they have to be up there.
That's a no-brainer. We will go New Glarus.
Okay.
Because of Spotted Cow.
Yeah.
And they have more than just Spotted Cow. They have a fat squirrel and 2 women and just everything. They just like that area too is just so a little beautiful. It's like a little Swiss town.
Oh yeah.
And New Glarus has just been a staple in my life. You know, a lot of people don't forget about him because it's they're kind of bought out now. But I think after I read his book and listened to a bunch of stuff, Sam from Dogfish.
Oh yeah, Sam Caglione.
I always forget how to say his last name, Caglione. Or I know there's like Sierra Nevada, Anchor, like all those like OGs, Bells.
Yeah.
But I think Dogfish started like a very unique, like with the 60-minute and 75-minute. And he built that little like,
and then like the 90-minute.
Yeah, he built that little, football game thing to push that. I don't know. And just again, reading his book early on, it was, I think he's up there too. Mm-hmm. It's hard because there's just so many great ones, especially nostalgic ones.
Oh, for sure.
And so then if I'm going to throw local, I know it's a far stretch. I would say Wren House. I don't know. Wren House.
I love Wren House.
Yeah. Been great.
Anytime I see their stuff on a menu, like if it's out by me, which isn't often.
Yeah.
I'm going to order it.
Yeah, our buddy brews for him now. He used to work at Smog City. He used to be a brewer at Smog City. Yeah. And then a couple of years ago, he's at the Prescott location now. He's the head brewer at Wren House.
That's fucking awesome.
So his name is Jake, and he does a great job. So, I trusted his stuff in Smog City when I lived over by Torrance, and, I trust it now. But yeah, I'd kind of go with those lines. Yeah.
Dude, I love Smog City. Yeah. Like, I mean, and the guy's name is John Porter. Like,
you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's doing what he was meant to be doing.
Yeah, Porter.
Yeah, love that. Next question: if you could bring anything back from when you were a kid that's not around anymore, what would it be?
I would say the silence, I guess, in a weird way, like the unreachable, like no tablets, no phones. Mm-hmm. You left the house and you're not going to be back till dark time for dinner.
Yeah.
Just the adventure stuff. Yeah, I would say like unreachable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like nostalgic. Obviously, I played video games and all that stuff, which I would totally bring back too. But I think the unreachability nowadays is tough to get to. I struggle with that as well because, especially owning a business, you're always trying refreshing your Gmail so you don't want to miss anything. I was at Waste Management Open yesterday and I felt bad because I had a great time. My daughter was there. My buddy John was there. But at the same time, I'm like checking my phone because I'm not at the tap room. I'm not here. Like,
and it's your business.
It's my business. It's my baby. And, if I miss something, I might miss, a delivery or something. So I would love to take a time machine and just be able to go play in the woods and just
shut your brain off.
Shut the brain off because it's very important, I think. So being able to do that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So how about you?
Similar. Like, I mean, I miss like the days of like hanging, like not having to worry about responsibility and just being able to enjoy life. Yeah. I feel like I've kind of gotten back to that now with my job. Like I love my job. I love being able to do this, like being able to sit across from you and have a beer and hear your story. Like you're doing something you love to do.
Right.
So I love that. But being able to play the Nintendo 64 with my cousins. And
GoldenEye?
Get like a fucking big New Yorker from Pizza Hut and like maybe try to sneak a beer,
Life is so simple back then.
Yeah. And it was easy because I feel like we were kind of like the last generation of playing outside and not being on a tablet. And like, yeah, sure. Like you said, we had video games. But for us playing video games, it was still like us being together. It wasn't just like us being on our phones, sitting in a place and not paying attention to one another.
For sure. And sometimes it was like a punishment. Hey, you got to go sit inside. Like now it's the opposite. It's like your punishment is go outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, it should be the other way. Like you should live out there and like whatever. And
or going to Blockbuster.
Yeah, right.
maybe I did this, maybe I didn't, but I would rip out like the one page of like the cheat codes that we needed from tips and tricks.
Oh, I think everybody did that.
Yeah. But like that was like the dream for me. I
Right.
thought like those guys get to watch movies and eat candy or
Mhm.
popcorn all day.
Mhm.
Like, but what's better than that?
No, yeah, no, that was I think we were very like the last generation to get that, obviously. And
Yeah.
there's I don't know what else I would say. That would probably be the number one key. Just
Yeah, man.
disconnect for a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
and it's so hard to feel like with kids now, just trying to get them to do that sort of stuff because of like, and it's because it's not the kids' fault. I mean, it's just like it's just
society,
the way it
yeah,
works.
it's just the way it works, And it's actually funny that you said that because yesterday, like I said, I took my daughter to the golf tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't bring any toys. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And she had no idea where we were going.
Mhm.
I brought a little golf club with her.
Yeah.
And a golf ball. And we were outside for 5 hours. We're sitting on the side of the hill. We're walking, whatever. Yeah. And you can just tell her brain worked a million times faster because when we got home, she was just like, just like didn't care about the TV, didn't care about it. She's just like woodworking. I want to paint. This.
Yeah.
And like you can just tell how fast that goes. And it's just a little bit of a slice of outside or just doing something out of the ordinary that doesn't involve a screen.
Yeah.
Or letting them explore it's crazy. So
yeah, something that just like it triggers that in their brain.
Big time. Yeah. It's a huge building block. So I think a lot of people forget about that. I think adults too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too philosophical.
No, dude, because we all get caught up in it. I totally understand it.
I'll bring it back to Homeland though, is because, we pride ourselves, especially our neighborhood. We call it neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's not neighborhood, but
I love that.
Yeah, so we kind of look at each other. We don't want to yell at each other, but we like look at them like, "Hey, you're on your phone right now. Like, put it away.
Put your phone down."
Yeah, and they'll say that, and they'll just hang out and they'll talk. And I didn't know I created like a networking hub either. Like a lot of, especially in the first couple months, there was people that came here and they're like, "Hey, can I buy your membership because I want to bring a client here, or I want to meet someone here, or like whatever. I want to just chat." And so I created this hub outside of just a community aspect of it, where people want to just meet people.
Yeah.
Just use, beer to facilitate, I don't know, new introductions. So, get a little liquid courage and go talk to somebody. So.
Oh, dude. Yeah. And tell me more about that. And then also let's talk about the dog tags. Let's talk about the mug club and all that sort of
stuff. I mean, like I said, at first I wanted to come up with like a founders club in a way. It's called Anthem Ale Society.
Okay.
And
I love that name.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's a great deal for them. They get basically penny pint, them and a +1 every week.
Okay.
So it's huge, like discounts, whatever.
Yeah.
But they also were like the first founders that helped us boost our revenue right away, so we can just take off running.
Yeah.
And the one that you have is the one I recently did. I was trying to do one in the spring and one in the fall. And the other one, people were just asking, "Hey, can we just do another like mug club?" So you're getting 20-ounce pours for 60-ounce prices.
Wow.
Also, I just ordered growlers.
Oh, nice.
So they're going to get a growler they could fill up for $1 a week. Which is sick.
That's a steal.
And on Mondays, they get like 50% off 4-packs.
Oh, shit.
So all in all, again, I'm just trying to bring people in. Also, just make sure that, if somebody sits next to you with a 20-ounce bunch, they're like, "Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
I want that.
I need that sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let alone the dog tags are pretty sick too. They got your number on it and everything. So
yeah.
But yeah, we got a couple different memberships, which is really fun. And it's not just for regulars, it's for everybody that kind of comes through here, but it's also just supporting local and supporting us, obviously. So
yeah. And I became an honorary mug club member.
Yes, you did. 6'6".
Yeah, I ordered the number 66 because of Star Wars.
There you go. I don't know that, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. When it comes to anything, like, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all that sort of stuff.
I feel like I've watched Star Wars like a million times and I've still not nerded out on it.
Yeah.
I love it. Trust me, I watch it all day and I just can't even remember half the things.
Oh, what about like outside of beer? What do you nerd out about?
Mostly, I would say like sports or something.
Okay.
I'm probably pretty boring. I don't know. I just listen to podcasts. And,
no. What are some of your favorite podcasts?
Gotta go Rogan.
Oh yeah, Joe's great.
My wife just got me this master class is called, and like everything you want on there is business, health, finance. Master class is ridiculous.
Okay.
And they just go through a couple episodes. That's like my road trip stuff.
Oh, I'll have to try that out.
I mean, just well-rounded. I don't know. Movies, TV, all that good stuff. But yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered. I wanted to ask, I saw the Mr. Kegs, the Mr. Keg. Oh no, the Mr. Beer kits.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 of those. I was like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Was that what you first like did the homebrew on?
I think so. It was something similar to that. It had the prepackaged grain and everything.
Yeah, Jam did one of those once.
How did it turn out?
It was a brown. It wasn't good. Sorry, Jam.
I think the hardest part on those homebrewing kits is the conditioning of the bottles and actually getting like your yeast to take over and actually doing all that stuff, because one, you have to have the perfect climate for it. And being in Arizona, it's almost impossible.
Oh, I bet. With the heat and everything.
Yeah. Or it's too cold.
Oh, yeah. That's true,
so if I was in Wisconsin, that's like way too cold. So I had to keep it somewhere else. Or that's always the hardest part. But whatever, it's homebrewing. It's the fun part. You're just having a beer with somebody and throwing some grain in there and watching the boil. And
fuck yeah.
It's nothing much to it.
I love it.
Yeah. So we're probably going to have actually another friend of mine. He's a head brewer over at Pedal House.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to try to do it maybe next month, but we're going to do a home brewing class up here. So if people want to,
sick.
Yeah. So if people want to like sit around, it'll obviously take like 4 hours, 5 hours, but if they want to come in for the first part of it, go home, come back, and like you can see how to condition, bottle, all that stuff. And then I'll throw it in the back of my cooler, and then we'll probably have like a mystery keg or mystery bottles and stuff. So
okay, are you guys gonna do it like an all-in-one, like a Brewzilla or something like that, or what are you guys?
He has he's got a little system.
Okay,
I forgot what it was, something like that. Yeah, I think it's 5 gallon. It's not big, 5 or 10 gallon. No, it's not 10 gallon. It's 5 gallon.
I love it.
Yeah, something small.
That's fun, because me and my brother a couple times went to Windsor just to check out the homebrew class. Never actually homebrewed. Oh no, technically I did once, but like I did it with a buddy. He's just like, pour this now or do this, or he just kind of guided me through it. But he was like such a pro. It was like basically like just a small scale pro brewery essentially out of his garage.
Nice.
Like even the cops would come and pull up to his garage because he would have like 4 or 5 rotating taps. And they would come and sit down and have a beer.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
They told me like, we'll let you keep this, but we won't let you, because he wanted to distill too. They're like, we won't let you do that, but you can keep the beer stuff. Because they would just come have a beer after work.
Yeah, you can't get too much in trouble with just beer. Once you get into distilling, it's a little different.
Yeah, it was something like he's got pictures of like, him and the cops or whatever. But like,
that's awesome.
If they saw that the garage door was open and the lights were on, they'd be like, pull up.
That was an open sign.
Yeah.
That was the open sign.
Yeah. Basically, man.
That's awesome. That's great.
Before I get into the last question, I just want to say thank you, dude. This is super fun.
I want to say thank you. Like I said, I've listened to your podcast millions of times, especially going through all the business stuff and trying to figure out if I even want to do this.
Yeah.
And, your conversations that you had with a lot of brewers and marketing people and just industry people, it makes things a lot easier because you're like, okay. And you don't even think about half the stuff until you listen to like podcasts like yours. Seriously. It's eye-opening, and we could go on tangents and it is what it is, but there is nuggets that, I found that are super useful, and I think it made us successful, or hopefully it will make us successful going forward. So I appreciate you.
No, thanks, man. And what you've built here, all I can see is success coming your way, because I mean, obviously you've already built that with, you said the locals and new customers and stuff like that. And then obviously like with all the stuff you have for like the kids and everything like that. And all I see is success here. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah. You got this, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. And last question, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Oh, man, I would say I guess to go with what you're saying is just kind of relentless. I always want to innovate.
Yeah.
I always want to refine, redefine. I always want to keep the train going, make sure everybody's happy, make sure everybody's, it's something that's always changing. I don't know. Change is good. Change is really good. But at the same time, you can have that home feel. So I don't know. For me, I'm always looking for the next event or next Wednesday. I can make things some a little bit better. Yeah. How to make this person's experience just a tad bit better. If they came in one time and they were a little down and didn't really enjoy themselves, next time I see them, I'm going to make sure, like, even if I have to give them a beer or something. I don't know. That's one thing about being behind the bar. I pretty much know a lot of people that come in here. Yeah. And like you said earlier about the extension of your beer tenders is very important. Yeah. Because if they can't, those touch points, or at least like saying bye and hi, and if you want to, that goes a long way in our book. And that's kind of relentless too. I'm relentlessly trying to get everybody's happiness. Yeah. No matter what. So if they return, awesome. If they don't return, at least they can tell their friends or whatever it is. So yeah, I think that'd be my answer.
Love it, man.
Appreciate it.
And that's one of the reasons why I love talking to brewers.
Yeah.
Like, because it's never good enough.
No.
And whether it's the business model or it's the beer or like anything you're doing within the tap room, what can we do or what can you do to make the next time somebody comes over to your play or to your place of business, like memorable for them?
Right.
And because, like I said, once they have that trust, or like they're like, man, yeah, we got to. It's Monday, or it's bingo night, or it's this, or it's that.
Yeah.
We got to come down, or they're having smash burgers today. We got to come down and get our beer, or you are doing the growlers. Oh, dude, I got to go pick up my growler for $1 or whatever it is, whatever the
Just
amount
a little nuances.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's those little things that make a place like that's. Me and Jamin were talking about going to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the Cheers bar so bad because growing up, like Norm and Cliff,
God, no.
like, and that's why like you have that here. And I've always just felt like, man, like everybody needs that place where like sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
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 So
yeah, and we do definitely have a couple norms here.
Yeah,
which is
I love
great. One of the biggest compliments I got too, in Anthem, I got this from a few people from the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, where are you pulling these customers from? Like, we've lived here for 20 years and we thought we knew everybody. And anywhere I go, I know everybody.
Yeah.
And I come here and I know nobody.
That's
and
awesome.
like, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like for them, they're like, it's mostly a good thing, but it's like, oh shit, like, now I can meet those people. And like, where are you getting these customers? And, and so that was a huge compliment. I don't know if you meant it as a compliment, but I took it as one because I'm like, that's, there's customers and patrons and community out here that you don't know that, they just want to be out and having a good time.
Yeah.
So that was cool to hear.
That's what beer does, brother. Brings people together.
Beer community, home is where your beer is.
Damn right. Let's end it with that. Well, cheers, man. Thank you again so much.
I appreciate you. Thank
cheers,
you.
bro. We'll call this one Mike and Mike in the morning. Cheers.
Is that copyrighted?
Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, it was a blast. And, being able to talk to them and then like obviously get out there to see my family and out in Arizona. And can't say enough good things, dude. And like what's cool about it too, it's like it's so close to my cousin's house. We can literally take his Razor. So we go 4-wheeling, then go have some beers. All right. Next week's episode is with Kevin Limon. That'll be fun. I'm excited for you guys to hear that. I got to record at Highland and man, it lived up to everything I wanted it to be. So at Highland Park Brewery, got to, talk to him, got some beers, had the Timbo. Fire. Next, and then the week after that, let's see, what do we got? It'll be the San Diego, the birthday episode. And then I'm working on some episodes for this week. So I'm going to be recording with Lanisha. She's a brewer over at Angry Horse. So looking forward to that. That'll be on Thursday. And then trying to get something for Saturday and Sunday. So got to load up. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. All right. Well, I got to get ready. So hope you guys have a great week. Hope you have a great Sunday. And don't forget to support local, drink local, and find your beer. Cheers, guys.